let's talk about something that a lot of successful women are dealing with today. Why? Men struggle with dating a successful woman. It's a frustrating reality for many women who have worked hard, built their careers, and achieved great things, only to find that dating becomes even more complicated as they rise in success. The truth is, it's not just about intimidation or insecurity. There are deeper layers to this that need to be understood. One of the biggest reasons men struggle with dating a successful woman is because of how success shifts traditional relationship dynamics. For a long time, men have been conditioned to see themselves as the providers, the leaders, the ones who bring stability and protection into a relationship. When a woman is highly successful, financially independent, and completely capable of taking care of herself, it challenges the role that many men are used to playing. Some men don't know where they fit in when a woman doesn't need them in a traditional sense. And if a man is unsure of his value in the relationship, he may start pulling away. Not because he doesn't care, but because he feels like he has no place in her life. Many men struggle with dating a successful woman because it challenges traditional relationship roles that have existed for generations. Society has long conditioned men to be the primary providers and protectors in relationships, placing their value on their ability to financially support a partner. When a woman is highly successful, independent, and financially stable, it can disrupt this dynamic, leaving some men feeling uncertain about their role in the relationship. They may start questioning their own worth, wondering if they bring enough to the table beyond financial security. This discomfort isn't necessarily about the woman's success itself, but rather about how it impacts a man's perception of his place in the relationship. A successful woman often embodies qualities that many men admire: drive, ambition, intelligence, and confidence. However, those same qualities can also be intimidating to men who aren't secure in themselves. If a man is used to being the dominant decision maker, he might struggle with a woman who is accustomed to leading in her career and making important choices daily. This shift in dynamic requires a level of emotional security that not all men have developed. Some may feel like they are in competition with their partner instead of being on the same team, leading to tension and conflict. A common misconception is that successful women don't prioritize relationships, or that they are too focused on their careers to be emotionally available. While it is true that career-driven women have demanding schedules, it doesn't mean they don't want love, connection, or companionship. The issue arises when men assume that a woman's success makes her less interested in building a strong relationship. Instead of communicating openly about expectations and desires, some men may distance themselves, feeling as though they will never be enough for her. Public perception also plays a role in why some men struggle with dating a successful woman. Society often expects the man to be the one in a higher position of power or earning more, and when the roles are reversed, some men feel judged by their peers, family, or even by strangers. They may worry that others will see them as weak or incapable if they are with a woman who outshines them professionally or financially. These insecurities can manifest in subtle ways: hesitation to commit, passive-aggressive behavior, or an unwillingness to fully embrace the relationship. For a relationship to thrive, both partners must recognize and appreciate each other's strengths without allowing societal expectations to dictate their connection. A man who is truly secure in himself will not be intimidated by a woman's success, but will celebrate it. The key is understanding that success doesn't define a person's ability to love, support, and nurture a relationship. Men who struggle with this dynamic must do the internal work to separate their ego from their role in the relationship. Another reason men struggle with dating a successful woman is the fear of not being needed. Many men have been raised with the belief that their primary value in a relationship comes from their ability to provide financially and offer security. When they meet a woman who has already built her own success, they may feel as though they bring little to the table. This feeling of being unnecessary can create doubt and insecurity, making them question their role in the relationship. Instead of seeing themselves as partners who can add value in other ways, emotionally, intellectually, or spiritually, they may withdraw or resist committing fully. A successful woman often has high standards, not just in her career, but in all aspects of her life, including relationships. She knows her worth, she understands what she wants, and she is unwilling to settle for less. For some men, this can be intimidating because it requires them to rise to the occasion rather than relying on traditional gender roles to dictate their contribution to the relationship. A woman who is successful expects effort, consistency, and emotional intelligence from her partner. She is not looking for someone to complete her. She is looking for someone to complement her. This level of expectation can feel overwhelming to a man who has not yet done the personal work required to meet her at her level. Time management can also be a challenge when dating a successful woman. Her schedule is often packed with meetings, projects, and responsibilities, which means she may not always be available to cater to a man's needs in the way he might expect. If he is used to being with women who prioritize him above all else, he may misinterpret her busy schedule as a lack of interest or affection. In reality, she is simply balancing multiple areas of her life and needs a partner who understands and respects that. Instead of seeing her success as a barrier, a secure man will appreciate her drive and support her ambitions while also making quality time together a priority. Ego can play a significant role in why some men struggle with this dynamic. A man who ties his self-worth to being the dominant provider may feel emasculated if his partner earns more or holds a higher social or professional status. He may not say it outright, but subtle behaviors like avoiding conversations about her achievements, downplaying her success, or making passive-aggressive remarks can reveal his discomfort. If left unaddressed, these insecurities can create distance and resentment in the relationship. Men who struggle with dating a successful woman must shift their mindset from one of competition to one of partnership. A healthy relationship is built on mutual support, not on who earns more or holds more power. A strong man understands that success in a partner is not a threat but an asset. Another reason men struggle with dating a successful woman is that they fear losing control. Many men are accustomed to the idea of being the dominant figure in a relationship, the one who leads and makes the key decisions. When they meet a woman who is independent, confident, and financially stable, it can challenge their traditional beliefs about masculinity and relationships. A successful woman does not need a man to take care of her. Chooses a partner based on connection, respect, and shared values rather than necessity. This can be unsettling for a man who equates his worth with being the provider and leader in the relationship. A successful woman is often used to making decisions, taking charge, and handling her own responsibilities without relying on others. This level of self-sufficiency can make some men feel like they are not needed in the way they are used to being needed. They may struggle with finding their place in the relationship because they are unsure of how to contribute beyond financial support. This uncertainty can lead to frustration, resentment, or even a reluctance to fully commit. Instead of embracing the relationship as a partnership, they may pull away or try to assert control in other ways, leading to unnecessary conflict. Another challenge is the societal perception of power dynamics in relationships. When a woman is the more successful partner, some men may feel judged by their peers, family, or even strangers. They might worry about being labeled as weak or incapable, even if their partner does not view them that way. This external pressure can create stress and insecurity. making them question their worth in a relationship. Instead of celebrating their partner's success, they may feel like they are constantly in competition, trying to prove themselves rather than simply enjoying the connection. Emotional maturity plays a huge role in how a man handles dating a successful woman. A man who is secure in himself will see her success as a positive thing, something to be proud of, rather than something that threatens his identity. However, a man who ties his self-worth to outdated gender roles may struggle to adjust. He may start making passive-aggressive comments about her work, minimize her accomplishments, or expect her to downplay her success to make him feel more comfortable. A successful woman needs a partner who is confident, supportive, and emotionally secure. She does not need to be saved, fixed, or controlled. She needs someone who sees her as an equal and is willing to build a strong foundation together. The men who struggle with this dynamic are often the ones who have not yet done the inner work required to handle a woman who knows her value. Another reason men struggle with dating a successful woman is that they may feel like they have to compete with her rather than build with her. A man who ties his self-worth to being the breadwinner or the dominant figure in a relationship might feel intimidated when his partner has her own achievements, financial stability, and career ambitions. Instead of viewing her success as a shared benefit, he may see it as a challenge to his own masculinity. This can create tension, as he may feel the need to assert himself in ways that undermine the relationship rather than strengthen it. For many men, their identity is closely linked to their ability to provide. When they meet a woman who can provide for herself, they might struggle with feelings of inadequacy or even question what they bring to the relationship. If they have not developed emotional security within themselves, they might unconsciously sabotage the relationship by withdrawing, becoming overly critical, or trying to control certain aspects of their partner's life to regain a sense of power. Instead of embracing the idea of a partnership, they may feel the need to establish dominance, leading to power struggles that damage the connection. A successful woman is often driven, ambitious, and goal-oriented. She has worked hard to get where she is, and she values discipline, focus, and independence. Some men may misinterpret this as her being cold, unemotional, or uninterested in love. They may believe that she does not need them in the traditional sense and assume that she will not prioritize a relationship. This assumption can lead to self-sabotage, where a man pulls away before even giving the relationship a fair chance. In reality, many successful women deeply desire love, connection, and emotional support, but they also want a partner who respects their journey and does not see their success as a threat. Another challenge is the dynamic of time and priorities. A woman who has built a successful career or business often has a structured and demanding schedule. Some men may struggle with the idea that they are not always the center of her world. They may expect her to drop everything for them, misinterpreting her dedication to her work as a lack of interest in them. Instead of supporting her ambitions, they may complain about her schedule, demand more attention than she can realistically give, or compare her to other women who might be more available. This can create unnecessary pressure, making the relationship feel like a burden rather than a source of joy. A man who is truly ready for a successful woman will not see her achievements as competition, but as an asset. He will celebrate her growth, respect her ambitions, and understand that success does not take away from love. It enhances it when both partners are secure in themselves. Some men struggle with dating a successful woman because of societal expectations that have conditioned them to believe they must be the dominant provider in a relationship. From a young age, many men are taught that their value is tied to their ability to financially support a partner and family. When they meet a woman who has achieved success on her own terms, they may feel uncertain about their role in a relationship. Instead of seeing it as an opportunity to build an equal partnership, they might view it as a threat to their identity. This can lead to internal conflicts, causing them to either pull away or behave in ways that create unnecessary tension. There's also the challenge of ego. A man who has not fully developed his confidence and emotional security may feel overshadowed by a woman who excels in her career, social life, or personal development. He may compare his success to hers and feel inadequate, even if she has never made him feel that way. Rather than addressing his own insecurities, he might project them onto the relationship, questioning her choices, minimizing her accomplishments, or even making passive-aggressive remarks about her ambitions. These behaviors can push a successful woman away, as she desires a partner who uplifts and supports her rather than one who secretly resents her achievements. Some men also fear that a successful woman will have higher standards and expectations. They might assume that because she has worked hard to achieve her goals, she will be less willing to compromise or more demanding in a relationship. This fear can cause some men to self-sabotage before even giving the relationship a fair chance. Instead of stepping up and growing with her, they may withdraw, assuming they will never be enough. They may also misinterpret her independence as a sign that she does not need emotional connection, when in reality, she is simply used to taking care of herself. Time and availability can also become a challenge. A woman who is focused on her career, personal development, or business may have a demanding schedule that requires discipline and commitment. Some men may struggle with the idea that they are not always the top priority in her daily routine. Instead of understanding that love and ambition can coexist, they may feel neglected or unimportant. This can create resentment, leading to unnecessary arguments and misunderstanding. A man who is secure in himself, however, will respect her dedication and find ways to support her rather than making her feel guilty for pursuing her dreams. A strong partnership is built on mutual respect, understanding, and growth. A successful woman does not need a man to prove his worth through dominance or control. She needs a partner who can stand confidently beside her, appreciating her journey and embracing the love and connection they can build together. Some men struggle with dating a successful woman because they feel pressured to meet a certain standard. When a woman has built a strong career, financial independence, and a fulfilling life on her own, a man may question what he brings to the table. If he lacks self-assurance, he might believe that he cannot add value to her life in a meaningful way. This can lead to hesitation, withdrawal, or even avoidance of relationships with successful women altogether. Rather than seeing the relationship as an opportunity for mutual growth, he may feel intimidated and insecure, which prevents him from fully embracing the connection. Another challenge is the perception of power dynamics. Traditional gender roles have long suggested that men should be the primary providers, decision makers, and leaders in relationships. When a woman is thriving professionally and personally, some men may struggle with adjusting to a more balanced dynamic. They might feel as though they have lost a sense of control, especially if they associate leadership with financial dominance. Instead of adapting and recognizing that a strong partnership is built on mutual support rather than control, they may resist, creating distance between themselves and the woman they are interested in. A successful woman often has a clear vision for her life, and this can be intimidating for a man who is uncertain about his own direction. If he is still figuring out his purpose, career, or long-term goals, he may feel pressured to match her level of ambition. This can cause internal conflict, leading him to either push himself too hard to impress her or pull away entirely to avoid the comparison. A secure man, however, will recognize that her success does not diminish his own potential. Instead of competing, he will seek to complement her strengths and build a relationship where both partners support each other's journeys. There's also the issue of emotional availability. A woman who has achieved success often understands the value of discipline, time management, and personal growth. She is likely to seek a partner who aligns with her values and is equally committed to building a strong emotional foundation. If a man is not ready to communicate openly, handle challenges maturely, or invest in emotional intimacy, he may struggle to maintain a relationship with her. She will not tolerate emotional games, inconsistency, or avoidance. Instead of putting in the work to grow, some men may choose to disengage or look for a partner who does not challenge them to evolve. A successful woman desires a relationship built on trust, partnership, and respect. She does not need a man to provide for her financially or validate her achievements. She needs someone who is confident in his own path, willing to grow alongside her, and unafraid of a balanced and fulfilling connection. Society has long conditioned men to believe that their worth is tied to their ability to provide, protect, and lead in relationships. When a woman is highly successful, financially independent, and secure in her own life, some men may struggle to see where they fit into the equation. Instead of embracing the opportunity to build a partnership based on mutual respect and shared values, they may feel inadequate or question whether they are needed in the relationship. This sense of uncertainty can cause them to hesitate, avoid commitment, or even sabotage the connection before it has a chance to grow. For some men, their struggles stem from deeply ingrained beliefs about masculinity and success. If they equate their value with being the primary provider, they may feel threatened when a woman has already achieved financial stability on her own. Rather than viewing her success as an asset, they may see it as a challenge to their identity. This can create tension and insecurity, leading them to either overcompensate by trying to prove their worth or withdraw to avoid feeling inadequate. A confident man, however, understands that a relationship is not about competition, but about building something meaningful together. Another issue that arises is the fear of losing control in the relationship. In traditional dynamics, men have often been the decision makers, but a successful woman is used to making her own choices, setting her own standards, and leading in various aspects of her life. If a man is not secure in himself, he may feel as though he is being challenged or overshadowed. Instead of embracing the idea of an equal partnership, he may resist, attempt to assert dominance, or become emotionally distant. Some men also struggle with the expectations that come with dating a successful woman. She is likely to have high standards, clear boundaries, and a strong sense of self-worth. She will not tolerate inconsistency, lack of ambition, or emotional immaturity. If a man is not ready to step up, be accountable, and meet her with the same level of dedication, he may feel overwhelmed. He might fear that he will not measure up or that she will eventually outgrow him, leading him to self-sabotage rather than rise to the occasion. A successful woman is also often focused on growth, whether in her career, personal life, or emotional well-being. She seeks a partner who is equally committed to self-improvement and personal development. If a man is stagnant, resistant to change, or unwilling to grow, the relationship will struggle to progress. A strong man will recognize that her drive and ambition are qualities that can elevate both of them, rather than viewing them as threats. Insecurity plays a major role in why some men struggle with dating a successful woman. When a woman is accomplished, confident, and independent, it can trigger feelings of self-doubt in a man who is not secure in his own identity. He may question whether he is good enough, whether he can provide value to her life, or whether she will eventually leave him for someone more successful. These insecurities can manifest in different ways. Some men may become overly controlling in an attempt to assert dominance, while others may withdraw emotionally, fearing rejection before it even happened. Instead of recognizing the potential for a powerful partnership, they let their fears dictate their actions, preventing the relationship from developing in a healthy way. Another struggle comes from the societal pressure placed on men to be the primary provider. Even though times have changed and many women are thriving in their careers, some men still carry the belief that it is their responsibility to be the financial leader in the relationship. When they meet a woman who is already financially secure, it can challenge their perception of masculinity. They may feel unnecessary or even emasculated, especially if she makes more money than them. Rather than embracing a new dynamic where partnership is based on emotional support, shared goals, and mutual respect, they may resist the idea or allow their pride to interfere with the connection. A successful woman often has a strong sense of independence, which can be intimidating for a man who is used to being needed in a traditional way. She is capable of making decisions, handling challenges, and thriving on her own. If a man is not secure, he may misinterpret her independence as a rejection of his role in her life. He might struggle with finding his place in the relationship, leading to unnecessary tension. A confident man, however, will see her independence as an asset rather than a threat, recognizing that a healthy relationship is about complementing each other rather than one person being dependent on the other. Many successful women have high expectations in a relationship. They have worked hard to build their lives, and they will not settle for a partner who lacks ambition, emotional intelligence, or the willingness to grow. This can be a challenge for men who are not prepared to step up. If a man is complacent, lacks direction, or avoids personal growth, he will struggle to keep up with a woman who is constantly evolving. He may perceive her expectations as too demanding rather than understanding that she is simply looking for someone who matches her energy and drive. Ego plays a significant role in why some men struggle with dating a successful woman. A man with an inflated ego may feel threatened when he is not the primary focus of the relationship or when his achievements seem overshadowed by his partner's. He may struggle to accept that her success does not diminish his worth, but instead adds value to the relationship. Rather than seeing her accomplishments as something to celebrate, he might view them as competition, leading to unnecessary power struggles. This can create tension as he tries to assert dominance instead of fostering a partnership built on mutual respect and support. In some cases, men who struggle with dating a successful woman have a deep-rooted fear of being judged or feeling inadequate. If he perceives himself as less successful or feels that he has not yet reached his full potential, he may assume that she sees him the same way. This fear can lead to defensiveness, insecurity, or even resentment. Instead of focusing on what he brings to the table emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, he may fixate on external factors like financial status or job title. His inability to recognize his own worth outside of material success can create a barrier in the relationship, making it difficult for him to embrace the connection fully. Some men have grown up with traditional gender role expectations that can make it difficult for them to accept a relationship dynamic where a woman is thriving in her own right. They may have been conditioned to believe that a man must always lead, provide, and be the dominant force in a relationship. When faced with a woman who does not need to depend on them financially or emotionally, they may struggle to adapt. Instead of embracing a relationship based on partnership and mutual support, they may feel the need to exert control or pull away entirely. This struggle often stems from outdated societal norms rather than an actual problem within the relationship itself. Another challenge is the fear of not being needed. Many men want to feel like they play a crucial role in their partner's life. When a woman is highly successful, self-sufficient, and independent, a man may question where he fits in. If he does not recognize the emotional and supportive aspects of a relationship beyond financial or practical contributions, he may feel like he has no purpose in a dynamic. However, a strong relationship is not about one partner needing the other for survival, but rather choosing to be together out of love, respect, and shared goals. Men who fail to understand this may struggle to appreciate the depth of connection that a successful woman can offer. Some men struggle with dating a successful woman because they associate their own masculinity with being the primary provider. When they see a woman thriving financially, excelling in her career, and making independent decisions, they may feel as though their role in the relationship is diminished. This is especially true for men who have been raised with the belief that their worth is tied to their ability to provide and protect. If they feel like they are not needed in these traditional roles, they may struggle to find their place in the relationship, leading to frustration, insecurity, or even withdrawal. For some men, dating a successful woman can trigger feelings of self-doubt and unworthiness. Instead of appreciating her success, they may start comparing themselves, questioning if they measure up. This is especially common if the man is not where he wants to be in his own life. Rather than seeing her as an inspiration or a partner to build with, he may see her as a reminder of what he lacks. This internal battle can create tension in the relationship, making him more defensive, distant, or even resentful. Instead of embracing a dynamic where both partners bring value in different ways, he may feel the need to compete, which can ultimately push the relationship toward unnecessary conflict. Another challenge some men face when dating a successful woman is dealing with societal pressure. Friends, family, or even colleagues may question the relationship, making comments that feed into his insecurities. He may hear things like, "She makes more money than you," or "Are you okay with her being the breadwinner?" These external voices can create internal doubts, making him second guess his place in the relationship. If he lacks confidence and emotional security, he may allow these outside opinions to shape his perception, leading to unnecessary friction between him and his partner. Men who struggle with emotional vulnerability may also find it difficult to date a successful woman. Success often comes with confidence, independence, and a strong sense of self-worth. If a man is used to being in control or leading in a relationship, he may struggle to navigate a partnership where decisions are made together rather than dictated by him. He may feel like he cannot express his fears or insecurities because he worries about being seen as weak. However, the healthiest relationships thrive on open communication and emotional depth, and a woman's success does not negate her ability to provide love, support, and partnership. Another reason some men struggle is the misconception that a successful woman will be too busy for a relationship. They may assume that she will prioritize her career over love, or that she will not have time to nurture a deep connection. While it is true that ambition requires time and effort, it does not mean she is incapable of making space for love. The key is understanding that a relationship should be a complement to her life, not a replacement for her goals. Men struggling to date successful women isn't just about intimidation, it's about understanding how traditional roles have changed and finding new ways to create connection, respect, and balance in modern relationships. The right man won't run from success, she'll embrace it. But at the same time, both men and women have to be intentional about how they navigate these challenges so that success doesn't become a roadblock to love.